Guys, welcome. New wall, so a bit of a new thing, a new video. This is not a new collection update, but it is like a mini episode or a first podcast for White Filth Final. It's a test. If this works, we'll see what we can do with it. So yeah, new wall. You haven't seen this one before, right? I keep inventing walls, it seems. On the record deck is the new Vatican Shadow. I will talk more about it in the upcoming tape delay. This is the first of those. Now, I wanted to start with a bit of news, maybe, or whatever, maybe an inside scoop that is so obvious everybody should know, but a lot of people are looking for the Vanenberg record that is well deserved to be looked for on Nattetal. I talked about it. A lot of people don't seem to know that Nattetal still just has copies. Iron Bonehead had copies this week, so this is still out there. Just pick it up. The Corpsant, of course, too. Now, let's start not just showing the new records that came in, which will be a very short video because this is a bit more on the nose or on the go as they come in. Just to get stuff done. I don't know. We're waiting for the podcast. What I did was reorganize, or tried to reorganize my tape collection. And I bought a rack for about 60 tapes, and it seems I grossly miscounted the tapes I have, so it's going a bit slow. But the good thing is I discovered tapes I haven't heard in a long time or haven't pulled out in a long while. And that's these. So the first one is Scapegoats, then we have Mind Eraser, Anasazi, and Warthog. Yeah, 3 or 4 punk and hardcore tapes that are really good. Yeah, there are a hand grabbed full of goodness, just 4 tapes. Scapegoat is I think this is their demo, but I'm not sure. They had a full length and a 7-inch. Cheers. So yeah, this is the demo tape of them. I'm not sure what year. This is Goat 1, so I guess it's self-released. And comes with a pasted on logo. Power Violence. At the end of Power Violence, but still very good. So yeah. Nice fold out. Check this out. If you're into fast, hardcore, Power Violence, brutal shit, they have that track on the Brutal Supremacy comp to that 2 7-inch with, I think, Mind Eraser 2 and Iron Lung, so check that out too. That's Scapegoat with the demo. Then we have Mind Eraser, excuse me, a band that I discovered quite late, but in maybe my second hardcore period. I'm in the third now, so this is one of those bands which came around the same time as maybe a Mammoth Grinder, or before Mammoth Grinder actually, but in that vein, but a little bit more hardcore than thrash. So this is Mind Eraser with Legacy of Brutality. And this is a tape I picked up at their show in Antwerp at the Kafka. It is just a self-released. And the cool thing is I had to wait to get my tape because the guy was actually running to the copy store to print and cut these. I even took the scissors to cut mine out myself. So, nice history about this tape in me. But yeah, good. You are furious, hardcore, fast, a bit metallic in some parts, but yeah, really good. They have a slew of good full-length records. Then Anasazi, New York punk band. Picked this up at their show in Music City in Antwerp. I think that was one of the most wasted nights of my life. I lost everything. I lost the full length I bought from them. I lost my cell phone. I lost my dignity, but it was worth it. Really close-up show. Antwerp Music City is one of the best venues in Belgium. I'm looking at Botanique this year for gigs. Antwerp Music City and Bos, that's about it in Belgium. Maybe Kortrijk, but that's a long way. This is released on La Vida es un Mus and by Anasazi himself. This is a compilation of demos, live shows, stuff like that. Demo, practice, live, the New York demo, the Communion split tape. Yeah, just a bunch of good tracks. In production, it's kind of the same. Sometimes you can hear a bit more self-recorded in a better room or whatever, but yeah, it's all pretty consistent and pretty good. I Saw the Witch Cry is a banger. Rest in Piss is good. Bone Collector. Bone Collector is a very early edition of this song, which then featured on the full length, which is also very good. It kind of came with this patch. This should have been on my coat, but lubrication. Vatican Shadow is more quieter than I expected, but really good. Then Warthog, also a compilation tape. I recently got into them because of what will come next. Warthog, I'm not even sure where they're from. They're from America, but I'm not sure where. This is released on Voice from Inside tapes in 2016. You can pick this up on Discogs for I think $2 or something like that. Case is a bit iffy. The J card is actually kind of nice. It is matte paper, almost like plasticky. This is the demo, the 3/7 inches and a tape put on, yeah, a compilation tape. The extended versions, I think, on this one, where they go almost hardcore jam band, are what makes this tape worth a while. They're playing a Euro tour, but they're doing like Greece, Barcelona, London. I think that's it. They have a lot of days off in Europe. Half the days are off. I chose this one because I finally picked up their latest EP. They don't have fulls, they only have EPs for now, which is fine by me. I think they will do a nice compilation LP and then a full, something like that. Actually had contact with the guy today. Yeah, burly hardcore bands. But yeah, something I discovered maybe quite late, I'm not sure, because I have some of their first 7 inches in the tape, but I don't know, maybe because they're not a full-length band, I don't give them that much attention vinyl-wise, but yeah. This is the records and the inserts with Larry Warthog, I think. Their mascot. They have these stamped inner labels, which it's always a nice touch. If you know how much work goes into that, I don't know how many these were. This is on Static Shock, and this is Static Shock version, I think. I'm not sure what the American is. Screen printed by Alexander Hare. Really cool artwork. I missed the long sleeve. There are pre-orders going up Friday again for the second batch, and then it's sold out. And then it will have Euro merch, I'm sure, but that's tour only, and I'm not going to Greece to pick that up. So yeah, Warthog. The guy I picked this 7 inch up from on Discogs told me to see them live, so the only thing I could reply was no shit. Yeah, check out their YouTube. I'll link some stuff in here, some YouTube videos. Really good. Warthog, finally have that one. Then Blood and Bot, I did the Iron Bonehead grab. This is their full length, or yeah, I think their first full length. They had two tapes. They had two tapes on Fell Voices, this one, and then the self-titled, I think. This finally came out on vinyl. It's weird that Iron Bonehead is doing it and not Italian, but I completely get it. It's even a bit more visibility as if they needed that. Sorry, but yeah. Really, yeah, simple sleeve, but it was just a simple tape, so flooded in black, nice finish from Iron Boneheads. Kind of shifted my focus back to them because damn, they're good stuff. I got the Blue Hummingbird on the left. That's coming in, so yeah. Ball and Bolt. This is the brown version. I don't, limited to 100, 300, 100 probably. Maybe a pressing of 300 in total. There is also a black version, and it's still widely available. So yeah. Pick that up if you are into the Corruption scene. This is the flagship, in my opinion, still. So yeah, high praise. Vulcanas. I had this one in my want list on Iron Bonnet for a while, and then with talks from the new record and listened to it a bit on digital platforms, I just decided to pull the trigger on this one, Perilous. And yeah, too bad the first press, that secret, it's not really secret, but you had to be there. Press of the new one is gone, but it will be re-released very soon, I think. This is Paralysis. I have to be honest, I don't know too much about this record, just that it is another Vulkanas Swedish punk influenced black metal with weird stuff going on. He has UFO projects, he has this. So yeah, it is all over the place. This is just the repress on Black Helter Skelter Productions or Helter Skelter Records. Don't get this booklet. It's the black version, like I said, not the silver. But yeah, the center label is cool. Helter Skelter Productions and Regain Records. So yeah, I picked this up too from Iron Bone and finally pulled the trigger. A project that interests me, but it's hard for me to get into. Maybe just because I haven't listened to it too much. That will change with this one. And then I have two more. This one I got from my godson. He for New Year's, just a present. This is Howling Wolf, a compilation record on music on vinyl. It has the rocking chair and the guitar, of course. This is, yeah, I know it's a stalwart or a originator of the blues, but my knowledge of blues is not that big, so this is kind of where I have some blues records, but this is where it starts, I guess. Then I know Spoonful, and I probably know a lot more on here, but just a nice compilation, 180 grams, nothing too special, but really nice to have. And you know, coming from my grandson, who is a very cool little guy. Really nice pressing. I'm not sure how it's going to sound, but I can't imagine it's going to be too bad. It looks quality, so I listened to it 2 times, but on the turntable upstairs, and that is a crap fest. I have to replace it, I think. I didn't pay too much, so last record, and then this video is done with a little rant at the end, or a little commercial. This is Daughters, You Won't Get What You Want, the latest offering from these Americans. Not sure where they're from. They were a semi-hardcore band in the beginning, and they are far from there now. They were in the category, or in the group of bands that Botch was in, that maybe Cave-In would play in midway somewhere. The fact that they're on Ipecac now says quite a lot. Daughters, that's the hype sticker, which wouldn't come off. So double vinyl, and they took their weirdness in hardcore to just kind of weirdness, but it's more Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds than it is Black Flag, for example, if you want to see everything between hardcore and punk. It is a great record, but it's far from where they started, or far from their roots. Like I said, there is Nick Cave and the Bad Seed-esque, that theatrical is maybe in there. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with it live. They're playing Roadburn. We are going to do with the next Wolven Zullen Huilen Podcast is do a preview of Roadburn 2019, because that lineup is sick. But yeah, they're playing there. 80s influenced in some places. Yeah, there's some synths on here. Yeah, really good record, but it takes a while to get into. It's not yeah, it's not on first listen that you get into it. Gatefold black with some text in it. City song is the first track, but I was going to say track titled. And the back. The record itself is the, what's it, London Fog colored vinyl, whatever that is. It is, yeah, a gray-white, spermy white, but really flimsy. I mean, I can see my slip mat through this vinyl. Ipecac, step your game up. But yeah, cool record. Glad I got it, because this was, yeah, it's going up in price ridiculously. I just got it at my local record store as a gift from my employer, so I'm good. This was the first, I think, edition. I just talked about new records, I guess, and the playlist and some stories, but yeah. It's a test, maybe it's just a new collection, maybe it's a podcast. I don't know, we'll see. Bye.